Germany once printed so much money that people needed wheelbarrows full of cash just to buy bread. In this video we explore one of the most extraordinary moments in economic history, the German Hyperinflation Era. We will walk through real banknotes from that time, explain what each could buy, and at the end, if you want to own a set from this historic era, you will find a link in the description. To understand these banknotes, we first need to understand what Germany was going through. After World War I, Germany was forced to make enormous reparation payments. The government began printing money, at first to support the economy, and later simply to survive. Prices started rising slowly, then faster, and eventually out of control. By 1923, inflation had become so extreme that prices doubled every few days. Workers were paid twice a day. People spent their money immediately, because it became worthless by evening. Before the crisis, German currency was incredibly stable. For example, the 1,000 mark note from 1910 was a powerful bill. It could pay a month of living expenses for a middle-class family. The beautiful blue 100 mark note from the same era could buy several days of food, clothing, or travel. These early notes represent the calm before the storm. As inflation began rising in the early 1920s, the government introduced larger denominations. The green 1,000 mark note was still meaningful when first issued. It could buy groceries and basic necessities, but very quickly even that wasn't enough. Soon the government printed larger notes like the 20,000 mark bill. When it first came out, it had value, but within weeks it could barely buy a loaf of bread. Then came 1923, the year of extreme hyperinflation. The 2 million mark note looks impressive, but when it was printed it could only purchase a few basic groceries. Just days later, it was worth almost nothing. Soon people were carrying notes in the millions just to shop for daily essentials. The 10 million mark note is another example from the peak of inflation. People needed millions for rent, millions for food, and even millions just to ride the train. In some areas, prices changed every hour. Money was losing value faster than the government could print it. The 5,000 mark note with the portrait is one of the many emergency issues of the time. Printing plates were reused, designs were recycled, and cheaper paper was often used because the country simply ran out of high-quality material. These notes reflect the chaos Germany was experiencing on every level. Even small denominations like the 2 mark Darlehenskassenschein played a role. These were temporary emergency notes but stayed in circulation for years. By late 1923, this little 2 mark note was essentially worthless. It is a reminder of how quickly money can lose meaning during an economic collapse. To put this into perspective, here is what these notes could buy when they were originally issued. The 1,000 mark from 1910 could pay monthly rent or buy a new suit. The early 1920s 1,000 mark green note could buy groceries. The 20,000 mark note could buy a single loaf of bread. The 2 million mark note could purchase a few hours of groceries during peak inflation. The 10 million mark note sometimes bought nothing at all by the end of the week. This was one of the most dramatic failures of paper money in world history. Collectors love this era because these banknotes are not just currency, they are physical pieces of history. Each bill tells a story of economic collapse, human struggle, and a nation fighting to survive. Holding one of these notes is like holding a moment frozen in time. If you want to own an authentic piece of this extraordinary period, we have created a beautiful set of genuine Weimar Republic banknotes featuring several of the same bills shown in this video. Check the link in the description to see the full set. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.